What are today's top talent leaders doing to be different? That's the question we set out to answer at the Recruiting Innovation Summit. For 2 days, we podcasted live at the Chatterworks booth to ask the question, what are you doing different? This is the Talent Shift.
I say we get started. What do you think?
I think we do.
Okay. Katelyn, how you doing today?
I'm good.
Okay.
Good. Thanks for having me.
It's Katelyn, Caleb with an N.
Yeah.
It's spelled Gaelic way.
It's Katelyn. Yeah, it's Katelyn. And it's, first of all, very original. It looks like a family name.
Yeah.
Because when I first looked at it. Do us a favor and introduce yourself. Tell us a little about it.
Sure. Katelyn Bailey, I lead global talent acquisition for Design Pickle. Unique name, but if you're in a pickle, you need design, you go to Design Pickle.
Right.
We are a creative services company. So we essentially started in subscription-based graphic design. We've expanded pretty dramatically across the full suite of creative to video, motion design, illustration. But we also have a platform too. So there's a SaaS product that we use to enable our team, and we provide it to our customers as well. So everything's funneled in and around a tech. We still do service delivery as well.
Oh, that's genius.
We have 550-ish people across the globe, currently in 12 countries.
I wish we had you. I owned an ad agency for a decade.
Yeah.
And we didn't have any of that.
It's like a 24/6 model of design delivery.
I don't think that existed.
Oh my God, that's cool.
I remember your commercials, Jesus Christ, your ads on Facebook and the others when you guys came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, we were like pretty quirky, trying to go viral. Now we're like, the more you go up market, you got to be a little
less
bit
quirky.
More,
They want you to be quirky, but they don't really want you to be quirky.
Right. And we're funded too. So we have a board that we we're accountable to. And that's been fun too. So I've been there for all the stages of pre-funding, Series A.
Oh, wow.
The board coming on and
It's different. It's different.
Ups and downs too. I'm always transparent about. We have done workforce reductions, unfortunately, too. Those are some of the worst days of my professional life, but they happen, and I need to lean into those because those are real. And most people at this event have seen or been involved in that.
I think a riff has happened to everybody somewhere along the line, somewhere along the journey. Unless they're in their early 20s or something, maybe they haven't been hit with something like that. But it is so hard mentally. On everyone. Like we typically start with the people that are leaving, which is fair. However, the people that stay, they go through an emotional roller coaster themselves.
It's kind of a survivor's guilt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's hard.
That's insane.
Mean, I've always seen that as an opportunity to basically become a BDR, like back to my agency days.
Right.
Of like really helping, like with like a, loose outplacement kind of thing. How can I help my team? And it's tough, but it is, it is part of it. It's part of being in for-profit, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So now you've been with Design Pickle from beginning or
2020.
Okay.
So pushing 5 years now.
Were you a COVID hire?
Yeah, we scaled during COVID. We were adding new services and we were adding more same day design delivery. We added a service that did that. So and because we were a fractional resource.
Right.
Fractional resources, I think some of them grew during COVID because as teams and budgets condensed, we became a way to keep the creative going during those times. And all the while, it allowed us to build more product features, increase service offerings. Like we launched motion design during COVID into video editing, some light Figma design work as well. So it's wild, though. I mean, ups and downs that whole time.
Did you say that you were in 14 countries?
So we can hire up to 15.
Okay.
We're currently in 12. The reason we're not in our African countries right now is because of like time zone. Like we try to have creatives operate on the same time zone as clients, and most of them are in the U.S.
Right.
But predominantly U.S.
So you can go South America pretty easily.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's some cool hubs of creatives in South America. You wouldn't think it, like Santiago, Chile, Colombia.
Our best, like some of our high performing art directors are from Colombia.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It's insane. Buenos Aires also has a really cool. It's more artistic, but they have a pretty cool creative community as well.
Yeah, and when we hire these people, they're typically coming from freelance. And when you're a freelancer, you're also a sales rep.
That's right.
And you're an accountant.
Yeah.
And you're the creative. And you're
You're
customer
BDR,
success.
you're everybody.
Everything.
So all you want me to do is design?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Good.
And we give a strata of clients to everybody too.
Right.
So for someone in early career, they can come in and get a lot of design reps. And then, then they can go do their own thing or stay. And, but we give stability is it.
Well, we've all, Ryan, I would assume you did this at some point in your life. So I'm going to just say all three of us recruited creative people.
Yeah.
Right. You've done that.
Oh yeah.
You're
I used to
doing
work
that.
for the judge group as all creative.
Oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done that as well. My experience different.
Yeah.
Than like if I were to say someone that's a designer versus someone that's a copywriter, a content creator, worlds apart. What they care about is worlds apart. So what's your experience? Actually, you're the one doing it now, so we probably should get you to talk about this.
I love creative hiring. I think across any role that you're trying to fill, people want to know what they're building and what body of work they can have to show for it. And creatives are no different because so much of that top of funnel and like mid stage funnel is assessment of the portfolio. Are they doing the design work that they will have to deliver to our clients?
Right.
And that's what they want. Creators want to create.
That's right.
And developers want to develop.
But they also want to be able to highlight that to whomever they work with next.
And anytime you're dealing with somebody who's creative in any sort of fashion, and I highly recommend Rick Rubin's book, The Creative Act. It's really good. It's just about creativity and his thought process around building some of the best musical groups in the world. They don't want a ton of resistance. They want to create. Yeah. They want to deliver, and they want to see that client satisfaction. So to them, it's been, hey, we're gonna provide us like a strata of clients, get reps, like we're gonna provide all the tooling. We're gonna make it easier for you, especially if you're coming in from a freelance kind of thing, or you're on a marketplace. All those are great, but you also get a consistent relationship with your clients too. But at the end of the day, you got to let people create. Path of least resistance.
So you live in Arizona,
yeah,
and Frank Lloyd Wright had a design school, there for years. I don't know the status of it right now, but he was asked. This is a famous quote. He was asked at one point, Frank, Mr. Wright, whatever, what's the best way to work with an architect? And he said, that's a great question. You show up, you bring a satchel of money, and then you leave.
Yeah.
And he could get away with that, right? Because Frank lied. So he could get away with that. But I think that way with creatives.
You told me to do that.
Yeah.
He's taught my background in the home studio is just a blue wall. I look like I'm in prison. He said, go find a graffiti artist, give him a couple $100 and get out. Don't talk to him. Just let him go do the thing.
Yeah. So, okay, let's ask a couple questions. So recruiters, how many recruiters do you have with you?
I'm a team of 3.
Good. So how do they stand out to you right now? How do they stand out from the industry? How do they do their job better?
Yeah. I think today to stand out in recruiting is simpler than ever because it's transparency about compensation, like agenda, set the agenda of what the whole interview loop looks like at the front end. Also talk about like what the first 90 days is going to look like, but don't just say surface level, like actually tell people. So, and then never budge on your process, the experience, or the standard.
Right.
But be clear about that from the jump, and you're going to be different. Because LinkedIn is full of doom stories. Really
don't go on Reddit. Don't go on Reddit.
And the reality is that should be totally opposite.
100%.
It should be the opposite.
It's communication.
Yeah. So we're transparent. We certainly have a lot of automations that make these things easier when you're applying and you're going through assessment or portfolio review or interview. But we're in constant reminders and constant communication and what I call surprise and delight moments. It's taken from the Disney model,
right?
Of we're going to be high touch, we're going to be personalized, and we're going to be transparent. And when when and if you don't make it through, which statistically speaking, most don't,
right?
Tell them why. And so we have a whole catalog of resources for creatives that might need to work on a certain Adobe tool. I mean, there's several of them, or things like that. So we're providing that as part of the feedback. And so our reapply rate is our higher rate of those that reapply after 6 months is actually really high.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I like that idea of reskilling or retooling those. This is like the silver medalist conversation, right?
But you're not trying to help make them better.
Yeah, right.
In this
case, they are. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that. What does that actually look like? The conversation that I would have as a recruiter to say, hey, look, Katelyn, sorry, you're not going to make the cut. Here's what we recommend. Here's actual resources. And then are you lining up that next time for them to come back?
Yeah, there's so much opportunity here for everybody to do this, and it's so easy.
Yeah.
So easy to do. Now, I can't account for anyone else's bandwidth or time or energy that they have, but when you apply to a role at Design Pickle, you apply for a graphic designer, an illustrator, a motion designer, a video editor. We used to try to hire people that could do 2 or 3 things. What we found is we got 33% of 3 things. We decided we're going to go deep. And so when you go deep, you can you have a lot more data and a lot more focused assessment that you can actually say, our clients are using a lot more sizzle reels, and whatever social platform you want to name. And you could use some work on your transitions or the kinetic typography on those. And so here's kind of how we use it, because we can't speak for how others use it, but this is how we use it. Here's some resources for you. And it's up to the candidate then to go down the rabbit hole of how deep do they want to go into that? And we also set a reapply date, come back to us in 3 or 6 months or whatever. We also engage them in nurture campaigns too. So we still stay in touch with them.
Right.
But that has actually made our sourcing so much more efficient and easy, because they're right there. They also had a good experience. The best thing that can happen to a recruiter is somebody you didn't hire refers somebody to you.
100%.
Or comes back around because they want to be in your organization.
I didn't get the gig, but I love the process.
Yeah.
If you do it in a human way, there's nothing wrong with it. You're helping them and they appreciate it.
Yeah. Right? And so feedback, I think feedback, when you read about, I didn't get any feedback in my interview. The reality is you can give feedback via Loom. You can give it via voice text.
Yeah.
You can give it via phone call. It doesn't have to be, I have to set 30 minutes of call time with you. I can get creative with that too. And then you're talking about not spending your whole day on the phone giving feedback to candidates and hire. You can give it to them in a way they appreciate it, get value from it.
You choose not to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people don't want feedback too, and that's fair, but we do give the option to candidates past a certain stage.
Right.
To go through that. Yeah.
Would you like to hear? Okay, so we got to talk about AI for just a second. One, how are y'all using it ish? That isn't something proprietary, whatever.
Right.
But also, how are you seeing candidates use AI? Because Jerry Crispin was on the show earlier, and he talked about how candidates are ahead of us in terms of their use of AI and what they're doing to apply to jobs and all that type of stuff. What's your take?
So we do use an interview intelligence tool. It's been really helpful for our hiring managers. It's been really helpful for memory recall and notes. And I'm always chasing. I was always chasing people for notes. Put your notes in Greenhouse.
Yeah, come on.
But what I really want to explore as a TA person is I want to encourage candidates to use it, because we're using it. Who are we to say we're going to use an interview intelligence note-taking platform, but we are going to tell you not to use it?
Right.
Every single person at my company, especially on the design side with Adobe's new AI image generation tool inside of our own platform, is using it. So I want to encourage people to use it. So our questions are pivoting from, are you using AI in your job, to tell me about a project that you worked on that AI really helped you deliver X. And people are like, oh, wow. So what they're telling me is it's okay to talk about using AI because I am. And a lot of people try to hide it or they try to use ChatGPT for, I think there's definitely cases where you don't want to use it.
Right.
One of the questions in our application is, if your creativity had a soundtrack, what would be blasting right now? And you sometimes get these paragraphs of Eye of the Tiger because of its upbeat and uplifting. Like,
ChatGPT.
Dude, I want you to just say Slipknot.
Like,
I don't
just tell me.
Just tell me that it doesn't need an AI.
I don't need a treatise.
Yeah.
I don't need all that. I just need to know what it is.
Yeah.
And really, there's no reason other than I want you to be creative.
Don't outsource your creativity to AI.
Right.
Use it, but don't outsource your creativity.
That's a soundbite right there.
It is.
Don't.
That's a soundbite. That's awesome.
Because then we're hiring a bot.
Ask him the texting question.
Oh.
I want to see where he goes.
This is going to be the theme. Okay. William's 22 years old in a faraway life. We'll say he's
long time ago.
We'll say he's 22. He walks in. He's interviewing with you.
In person.
You're talking to him. You're 10 minutes in the interview. You're asking him questions, and he just picks up his phone and he starts texting and responding to people during the conversation. What happens?
Wow. I don't think I'm trying to actually picture if that's actually ever happened to me before. On video, you see people's eyes going places.
But if they're in front and like literally just like, yeah, man, yeah, I could definitely do this job. And he's texting in front of me. What happens?
I would say that if I'm hiring based on a competency-based hiring model, which I have, to get really recruiter speak on you, I would say that is a signal of low EQ and low awareness. And you've got some ground.
Which, by the way, most artists are.
You've got some ground to make up in another area, I would say. Part of me would want to respond and say, like, is something else more important to you than this?
See, you and Ryan are aligned.
Yeah.
And this
smack the shit out of the kid. That's what I want to do.
I didn't know if I could say it like that.
No, Melissa at Ford said the same thing. Yeah. She's like, they're not getting hired. Period.
I would say that they have to have there's a hell of a lot of ground to make up if they do that.
Right.
It's also a respect thing too. I mean,
is it?
I think it's a respect thing. Like you've gotta show respect to.
Why? If it's competency based.
Respect is a competency. Like respecting.
Yeah, but that's not an output.
He's gonna press you on this because he's the opposite.
Respect is it's a bias.
Mm-hmm.
One person's definition of respect is not the same. We don't have a universal definition of respect. Yeah. So it's a bias.
You've got a lot more reps on this question than I do too.
He's got a good 5 years to convince me this is the right way.
We do a news show, and this came up in like a story, and I pitched it to Ryan while I'm on the show, and he's like, "They're not hired."
Wow.
And he grew up in staffing, so like he's hired a lot more than I have. And I'm like, these kids grew up with phones.
Yeah.
They've had phones their entire life doing everything from playing basketball with their phone to everything. And you're going to ask them to do something unnatural and be without their phone or not use their phone. They can do two things at once.
Can they do two things at once really well?
That's a great argument.
Yeah.
That's a great argument because if
they were solving like a mathematical equation that we had asked them as part of the interview, I'd say that's resourcefulness.
Different. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Texting mom.
I'm not even talking about what they're doing on their phone because they could be looking at TikTok or whatever. I don't care. But the fact that they have their phone in their hands, I think is a natural state. That's a leopard.
It might be one that I'm just not ready to accept.
That's a leopard being a leopard.
Yeah.
Why would you ask a leopard not to be a leopard?
Yeah.
You wouldn't, right?
Yeah, but
I think why are we using the way we came up as the standard for folks that grew up differently, like completely differently?
Yeah. I think though there's a big opportunity where things are going to become. If you want to mitigate the use of AI or against using AI in certain situations of an interview, you got to go analog. You're back to analog. Like I'm starting to use wired headphones again because the Bluetooth, like it's getting a little staticky, and I know that wired headphones work.
Oh yeah, me too.
So, and my friend is a professor of marketing at ASU. He's like doing like written tests in person now.
Oh yeah,
and he's got to go analog.
That's right,
because it's more authentic to him. And I mean, people may be grumpy about it.
But
it's another way to look at it.
It's another way to look at it. So that's a no hire for the two of you. It's no big deal. It's just something to think about. All right, last question. You're at Recruiting Innovation Summit for a reason. Don't know what it is. What do you hope to learn or gain from being at the conference?
I get a lot of value out of the speakers. There's people that I've followed and seen for so long. You really only get a 30-minute burst of their information, so you have to absorb really quickly. There's great speakers here. The networking, the coffee line, the breakfast, the happy hours, I get a ton of value out of that because I'm in creative technology, software recruiting. I can meet somebody who's hiring for power line repair people.
Right.
And you find out that there's not a very big delta between what you're actually doing, even though it seems like it's completely in the spectrum. So I really lean into those conversations with people that are in a very different space than I am. And hopefully I can provide the same back to them. So there's exponential value in meeting all of these people here because we're all coming here with a common interest. And we're all trying to help people get jobs too. Like,
turns out.
Beautiful thing. Yeah.